Dgenz Crypto Daily episode 56 is coming right up.
Dgenz Crypto Daily. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Dgenz Crypto Daily. That's right. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Let's go. Dgenz Crypto Daily. News in the code. Riding on a blockchain. Heavy with the load. Lambo dreams are dying. Rugs are in the air. Chart gave us a meaning to the trading everywhere. Real Bitcoin's on the moon. And Ether's on fire. Holders in the storm. Lifted higher and higher. With chart in the lead. Watch the candles glow. Crypto's in the fast lane. Never gonna hit them slow. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Fortunes you can see. Mining all those diamonds in digital harmony. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Crypto, that's the key. Stay up on your game now. Trading is wild and free. DeFi farms are lush, staking's all the buzz. NFTs are flipping, got those pixels flipping. Wallet stacking yields, hash rates on the rise. Dgenz Crypto Daily, vision in your eyes. Bulls are on the charge, bears are laying low. Crypto roller coaster, markets have been flown. Fellow to the left, Bitcoin on the right. Crypto's never sleeping cause fortunes are overnight. Dgenz Crypto Daily, fortunes you can see. Mining all those diamonds in digital harmony. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Crypto, there's the key. Stay up on your game now. Charts got you wild and free. DeFi farms are lush, staking's all the buzz. NFTs are flipping, got those pixels flipping. Wallet stacking yield, hash rates on the rise. Dgenz Crypto Daily, vision in your eyes. Bulls are on the charge, bears are laying low. Crypto roller coaster, markets have been flown. Velo to the left, Bitcoin on the right. Crypto's never sleeping cause fortunes are overnight. Dgenz Crypto Daily, fortunes you can see. Fortunes you can see. All those diamonds, digital harmony. Dgenz Crypto Daily, crypto, there's the key. Stay up on your game now. Charts got you wild and free.
Yes, I do. I have you wild and free. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this edition of Dgenz Crypto Daily, episode 56. How you all doing? How's your Saturday been? For me, it's been a pretty decent Saturday. It usually starts with my cats wanting to go outside. And I laugh about it because, you know, if you're a cat owner, if you've never taken your cat outside for a walk, you're probably just buying yourself some time because eventually I think they all want to go for a walk and they'll know you until you actually walk them. I have 4 cats and all of them at some point want to go outside. Some on a tether, some walking on their own. But we have a male cat that we call a dog cat because he just acts like a dog. He does everything like a dog. Fetches, plays with the stick, walks the sidewalk, and he needs to go outside at least 3 to 4 times a day. So him going into a catio that we have built is not enough. And our Saturdays are pretty much spent, walking the cats. So are you the one also owning a cat and needing to walk it every single day? leave me a comment today. I'm curious. Have you said how you guys feeling? We're approaching, the second third of the month. I think we're actually in the second third of the month, because it feels like we're trying to get bullish. We're not bullish enough. We'll take a look at that. We'll look at the possibility of a really bullish weekly close for Bitcoin. We'll take a look at Solana. We're going to look at politified tokens again. We have to do this every single day because, there's opportunities abound, and we'll see some regression in both of these tokens today. I'll go over that a little bit. And we'll talk about next week all the economic data that's going to be releasing. There's a bunch of it for Canada. Setting up another drop, most likely in interest rates in Canada, which probably will, give way to more cuts in the US. So we'll look at that as well. But first, if you're new to the stream, this is your opportunity to follow this account. It will help you stay in touch with me and get all the content that we produce at Dgenz as well. We've created a whole bunch of new things, including a newsletter that I'm going to talk about in a second. But if you want to be a part of this journey with me, please give me a follow on Twitter. As well, if you haven't had a chance to follow our Dgenz NFT account, this is an opportunity to do that now. Just hit that follow button. As well, our Discord link is here. If you want to join our community, click that link and we will see you in our Discord. Let's go over quickly. If you want to participate in the stream, it's honestly so simple. All you have to do is go to the stream like this. And in the bottom right corner, there's a chat option. All you have to do is say, Happy Saturday. Just like that. And whatever comment you make or request you make in the chat, I will take a look at. And if it's worth putting it on the stream, I will do that and we'll go over it, talk about it, discuss it. A couple other things that we talk about is, getting 10% off on all perpetual trades with Blowfin if you're taking our calls. Click on that QR code and join Blowfin so you can trade with us. And lastly, our Crypto Weekly newsletter. So this is our, I know it's a long website. For now, it's going to be this big. We're going to try to shorten it to something simple. But sign up and you will get a free newsletter every single week. It's going to encompass a lot of things, including, trades, how to trade, if you're a newbie, what to do with tokens, how to find them, setups, candlesticks, all kinds of stuff. We want to make sure that everyone can get a good dose of not only trading strategies, but fundamental analysis and outlooks on the market, just to keep a tab on the crypto markets itself, because it's very, very dynamic and every day is different. So we'll try to condense everything in a week's worth of newsletter, and it's free for everyone. So sign up right now at that address and we will begin, I think, pretty soon. We're just getting signups right now. All right. So it is time to look at the news. Let's do that now. It doesn't look like a lot of news today. Seems like a very slow day for news, but there's a few things that they talked about on CoinDesk, like Bitcoin isn't a record like gold and S&P 500, but an overlooked catalyst suggests a coming change. I don't really care about this. We already know what Bitcoin is in our estimations. They're just trying to justify other reasons why Bitcoin is going to be good. The other thing it's interesting is the NAV premium for MicroStrategy, which is basically like the difference between the stock price and its holdings of Bitcoin, right? That premium is the difference between the two. And so if MicroStrategy's stock is much more valued than the actual Bitcoin holdings, right, then there's a chance of a massive dump in case sentiment does change for Bitcoin, right? So say, for example, we get to an all-time high within, the bull run, there's a good chance that, that premium is going to be really, really high. Everyone's going to be very greedy. They're going to think that it's going to keep going up. And at that point, I think MicroStrategy is going to be a good candidate for an amazing short. Okay. So we'll probably get an indicator somewhere where it says, time is right. And we'll probably go over it because it's going to be probably news again. If you guys remember, everyone's shitting on Saylor about a couple of years ago when he was buying Bitcoin like crazy at 20,000, 30,000 a piece. And, everyone was calling him as an idiot. And look at it now, right? 2 years later, everything's shifted and it's changed. So, you got to be fearless in the worst of markets and fearful in the best of markets, right? That's how it goes every single time. So we'll see what happens with MicroStrategy in the future. We saw that Dogecoin jump 7%. All Elon Musk had to do is talk about the DOGE, which is the Department of. Let me check what this is. I remember it was about government efficiency. That's it. So Department of Government Efficiency, essentially saying it's an acronym for Doge. It's pretty funny because it has nothing to do with Doge itself. It's just all we have to do is wait for Elon to tweet about Doge at some point and it gets a catalyst, right? We saw a huge inflow into ETFs this week. Like we talked about this yesterday, actually, in the stream. On a 7-day basis, Bitcoin ETPs have seen a 25,000 BTC inflow, the biggest since July. So 7 days, $1.7 billion came in. Like, think about that for a second, right? We want to be bearish, day to day, but we see these metrics. You go, how can you be bearish? You think $1.7 billion was put into ETFs in order to be bearish? Right? So, we got to look at it from that perspective. We know what's coming up, right? We know that we're on the precipice of the bull run. This is why so much money's coming in, right? Including Ether. So ETH ended up getting actually 48 million inflow on a single day, which is actually pretty substantial for ETH. They're still hesitant about ETH, which is funny to me because, it is widely considered the best decentralized supercomputer at this moment. Even though Solana is creating an insane amount of adoption on a grand scale, everyone sees Ethereum as the enterprise decentralized supercomputer. So it's interesting to see the lack of inflows into ETH actually. So we'll see what happens when we are in the bull run. Maybe we will get a lot of inflows, but most likely it happens actually when the dominance for ETH is at a good spot. And I'll show you what I mean. Right? We looked at this the other day, and we still feel like there's another drop coming. I don't think we're there yet. I think we're going to be there at about in this section here. So a little bit more, right? We are getting this nice pullback from being very negative, right? So we're getting to this area here, most likely jump up and then go down. When we get into the positive territory, that's when we're going to get into the support. So I think you might start here at 12%, maybe at 10%, but we're not there yet. So the strength of ETH will show up at those levels, only at those levels. Okay, so I think there's a little bit more to go. Again, with dominances, it doesn't mean ETH can't go up. It just means the strength of ETH is going to be much, much smaller than other alts like Bitcoin, like Solana, and so on and so forth. That's what this chart means. It's in percentage terms. Okay. All right, let's. I think that's it for the news for today. I don't think there's much available to talk about, but I want to get to Bitcoin's close, weekly close. It's coming up tomorrow in about 1 day and 9 hours from now. So we were getting finally. I'll show you something. That okay, here we go. We're getting this pinch, right? And you can see that first bar is right here. That green bar is starting this trend, right? It's a small bar. It's not going to be this small and then go down. It's going to probably start a bigger move up, right? So this is completed finally, right? This area is completed. We have this first bar, and we're going to get a second bar and a third bar, and the momentum is going to get bigger and bigger. This is why I think even on the daily scale, so if I go back to the daily scale, okay, you see how we have some good regression here, right? We kind of are toppy here, which is fine. We can still dump to this level, right? We can still dump to 66 and then extend further up, right? Because we're crossing over, I think, in the second third of the month, I think we still have, you know, a week and a half before the close of the month to get that extra 15% up. Because on average, remember we talk about we're about 20% positive in the month of October. So I think at some point we have to break through this resistance here, like this long resistance at 71, 72. So I think we can get there in the next week. I really think we can. Now, today and tomorrow, we could be bearish, right? Just so we can reset this 4-hour chart. See what I mean? It still has a little bit of way to go. So you want to get to the horizon and then back up. If it supports here and keeps going, I mean, I'll be happy, right? I'm not going to say no to that. You know, when I see something like this, I go, all right, it's not reset yet. It's pretty high still. It needs more time. But if it keeps going and it resets here and goes up again, I won't be crying. I'll tell you that much. But I have to be cautious for the day-to-day stuff. So today and tomorrow, most likely we are going to be bearish. But then come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the next week, it's going to be super bullish. And I'm so excited for that, honestly. So it looks good on the weekly, right? Like, look at that bullish candle, right? The strength of the candle tells me everything, right? So it is bigger than the last 3 weeks candle. 3 weeks candle. So like if you put them all together, it's probably just as the same height as this candle. So it's a strong move, right? We are considering this as a strong move. And I think we extend further than that. Like, I can show you on small scales when we have these crossovers, they usually result in a lot of action going forward. Like, let me see if I can find it on the 1 hour scale. All right. Yeah, this could be it right here. Like this crossover, even though it's a little bit under the horizon, it's meaningful, right? It goes this way. So what happened there is a jump, right? So the timing was good. It was sitting on the EMAs. As soon as we had the crossover, bam, right into the action. Right. So when we have these bullish crossovers after a long drawdown, right? Even though this held really well, there's a pump. And so that's what we are getting on the weekly scale. And I think just being patient, that's all we have to do now. Is just wait, because it's going to happen. Let's look at dominance. Why do we look at dominance? Well, for many reasons, one of which is it tells us whether or not we're going to get an alt season, right? We talked about this possibility of reaching this level. So that would be, hold on, let me get it. That'll be a level here, about here. And then we go down. So that's about 63%. I mean, 63% of Bitcoin's market cap, sorry, I didn't say that right. 63% of total market cap of crypto is the Bitcoin's market cap. And it just means the dominance of Bitcoin on the total crypto cap is 63%. So if that dominance goes down while the total market cap goes up, that means altcoins are going. Does that make sense? So we want this dominance to fall at that level, right? Because it will indicate to us that the altcoins are ready and they're going to be pumping. Exactly what we want. So we'll keep an eye on that in the next week. Let's see if we get a surge, like a weekly surge to here and then a dump. That'll be nice. Or we can just stop right here and dump. I'll take anything at this point. Total 3. If you can see that support, it was really nice on the weekly. So we supported at that EMA right here. Actually, both of them, the 13 and the 21 weekly. And we got this crossover. Now we're going to start to extend, which means next week is going to be up here. How far we're going to get, I don't know, right? But one of the things I do know is that we have to test this line right here, because that was the previous support and then it's turned into a resistance. So we have to at least touch it to see whether or not we're going to reject from that level. So the first move for altcoins is to this line, and then maybe we get a couple of retractions, then down, or we go above it and then confirm it and then go up again. So multiple scenarios are on the table. It's looking really good on the weekly for altcoins. That's why I think the rest of October is going to be very, very bullish. Maybe even the first couple of weeks of November. Okay. So keep buying those altcoins when they're down, right? Like if you get a down day today and tomorrow, use this opportunity, right? Because we're on the cusp of a big run. All right. If you guys have a request in the chat, please send it to me. I'm going to go over some Politify tokens first. If you have any requests, please let me know. Doesn't matter if they're memes or new tokens or whatever they are. I will take a look at them. Okay. All right, let's get into the Politify tokens. So the two ones that we're watching all the time is the comma and the Trump. If you guys remember at the start of the week, I said to you guys that this crossover was happening. And as you've heard me many times before, these crossovers are bearish, right? Now, how long are they going to be bearish? All depends on, I guess, sentiment, right? So if we're overall bullish, that means this won't take long to reset, which means like it can get up to here and then full reset and goes up again, right? We could sometimes chart it with a line. So sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. And we go like this, right? And we see whether or not the pivot is at the touch up on this line, which means like if this is to reset, right? You could reset to this line and then hover and then go again. Or if it does reset, it can go under, up, and then down again. Okay. It's happened before. So like if you take a look at, yeah, it's pretty solid. If you take a look at on the 1 hour chart, for example, it happens all the time. And in fact, if you look at it, right, it's pretty solid when you See if it touches any of these lines, and it does, right? So our line was pretty good. Like it just does, right? So you have like multiple touches on this line, right? Which means solid line, and we can use it to identify whether or not we will have a potential run somewhere or a top or whatever. So looking at the 1 hour scale, right, we have this bullish crossover, which means most likely we're going to get some bullish action for Trump. Okay, so in the meantime, if you're thinking about adding to your position or whatever, you could add it at this level and maybe wait for a 10% spike. But I don't know how far this is going to reset, right? Because on the 4 hour scale, we have, it could go this way and then down again, right? On the daily, we see that there is pinching going on, so it will take some time to reset, and go back up. You could take a chance here at this level, at the 32 cents. If we have a down day today, let me go on to the large scale. There's a possibility of us dumping back down to this level here. So down to the tip of the crosses of the EMAs at 25 cents. Right. So just keep an eye on it, right? If you're adding right now, keep an eye on it, right? If you don't care about anything happening the day to day, then just be happy you had an opportunity to add to this level. If it dumps to 25 cents or 26 cents, absolutely add it, because I think we still have time to have that run. Okay, so it'll be a pretty decent add at 25 cents. Okay. The Kamala Harris one, I was waiting to see whether or not we will get some action out of this channel, right? And, it's getting really, really tight in there, which means there's going to be a coil up move from one of these setups. So maybe a jump to here, then down. It's coming up. The daily doesn't look super terrible. What I mean by that is, like, we got the crossover, the bear's crossover, which means we had to pull back. We are at this level here, which is like at the tight range in that wedge, which could move this action up again. Now, if we take a look at the 4 hour scale or the 1 hour scale, we got to see where they are, right? It feels like the setup needs more momentum. We need more buying at these levels for us to actually turn really bullish, because every time we do this, it's a drawdown, right? So if we get up here again, it's going to be another drawdown until something happens. I don't know. But this is why I was telling you guys, don't expect too much from these setups, Trump and Kamala Harris, or Kamala, because yeah, there's a possibility of them giving you a nice 5x from here, right? But you got to be sensible about these things, right? If you get a 100% move or 200% move, you just be happy, right? Just be happy. At the end of the day, they're meme coins. They have no association with either candidates. It doesn't mean all of a sudden post-election they're going to add all this value or utility to these coins, right? So trade them accordingly. Ride their waves, enjoy them, but understand there are limitations to all of them. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on whether or not Kama supports here at this level and goes further than that. The one I'm watching carefully is GME. I feel like it's very, very close to a run. I know it dumped about 10% because everything else dumped another 10. But I think on the daily scale, I saw some good supporting at this level, this right here, that level. And so I think we just need a small leg down here before we resume up. And especially because, like, if we get bullish, most likely what happens with meme stocks in general, they go as well. And Let's take a look at GME, the stock. So this is where we are with GME. On the daily scale, feels like it's been a while, right? It's been a while since we had that run, which was in May. If you look closely, right? So the run was from $10 to 64, right? And I don't remember. Oh, that was with what's his name coming back, Roaring Kitty, and that was like the pump or whatever. But I think these events happen out of nowhere, and I think you should definitely hold some GME meme coins, because like going back to the other chart, we had some crazy runs, like really, really crazy runs. And you look at this, look at this action here, right? Like from sub 1 cent, 0.004 to 2.1, 2.2. That's pretty crazy. And then a daily candle from sub one, actually 0.003 to over 2.7. Like, you got to hold some of this, and you got to be patient, because it's going to happen again. Is there anything else that's looking decent? Like gold is going up all the time. I think you should be very careful at these levels. And, it's happened again. Like we talked about this the other day, right? We expected this wave action to continue, right? So it's in here, and it's going to probably regress. It's at 477 million market cap. I think it's time for you to exit some of this and enjoy your profits. Popcat. Right? These levels are true. Look at that. Right? Because, you can see everyone's respecting these levels. Like right there was perfect. $1.5, $1.50, right? This one was just as well respected at 96 cents. So, or 93 cents. And so where can you go from here? Well, it's still there. There's a chance once we get bullish again, I think next week, it should pop to that $2. I really think it will get there. So a nice 4x from the bottom. I'll take that. Do we have any other ones we can look at today? Chonky was requested before. Let's take a look at that one. So, we wanted to see extension past these lines, and unfortunately we didn't get that. So where can we expect a drop? All right, so let's see. Usually about here is the first buy. Second will be a little bit lower than that. But if there is a drop today or tomorrow, expect a buy at that level. So 4027. All right, we got some requests in. So let's look at Doge. Okay. All right, so we have positive momentum for Doge, right? Because now we're trading above these long-term EMAs. Right, that was important because they proved to be resistances all the way here. And once we got over, it became a support. Now it's a secondary support. Okay. And so that's good. Most likely we get to this level first, right here. So this level is important, and I think we get there next. So that means, we're bullish next week, and the week after that, we get up to here first, come back down, and then get into this level. Okay, so about 34 cents. Doesn't mean that, that's the end of the run. It just means we have to stop and reset. So reset will probably take a while, right? I'll see. I put it into June. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think we reset maybe a month, and then we go back up again. But I do think we stop at 73 cents. Now there's a possibility of getting to $1, 100%. But own 100,000 tokens, you get your $100,000, right? So think about it from that perspective. And you know what happens, right? Like Elon's going to start tweeting about Doge, whatever, in the bull run. So expect some kind of a move like this in the bull run. Say, yeah, we can look at say. All right, let's get a clean chart together. All right. So one of the things that I mentioned to you guys is as long as we stay above these lines, we're okay. So the action is kind of like hovering. It's, chilling here. Eventually it's going to get going again, right? So, if you haven't had a chance to buy it at this level, I would definitely do it. Like really, really think about getting it, because we have to try for this first. So the 65, 70 cents. And then we get into the last level, which is here. Kind of like Sui, right? Pull up Sui. Right? Sui ended up not chilling, right? It went from here, didn't do what Say is doing. It went straight from here to there. And then over, and now it's just chilling up here. So I'm assuming it's going to do a cup and handle at this point, right? Which is basically this. Looking at Sui's daily MACD, normally I would say this is problematic because at the end of the day, we went up so high and now we're just ready to reset. But all depends on how bullish we are in the next 2 weeks, right? Because this could easily just keep going this way, right? Because you can see it here, right? And when it was ready to reset, it did 3 pumps, right? So you had your first, second, third, and then down. And the down wasn't down as much. It went from $2 to $1.24. It was a lot. But, I think we can expect that on this side as well. We have 1, 2, maybe a third one, right? Maybe a third pump. And then straight down. So maybe we get to $3 before we get back to 2. Let's look at Solana. We haven't done Solana in a little bit. Yeah, I'm bullish on Solana. If we remove all these indicators. Why am I bullish? Because, on the daily, everything looks healthy, right? Let me get another chart so I can redo this. Okay. And the reason why I'm bullish is because, the EMAs look healthy, right? They're not crossing over. They're still in this phase of the run. I can definitively say we're going to get our all-time high, which is at 211, right? And then probably go sideways for a little bit, and then up. But yeah, I'm super bullish on Solana, obviously. I think we finally have like the third big chain in the world. I know people can argue BNB and Tron or whatever, but I think Solana is going to be the chain for all the new people. I think it's going to be the chain for all the retail. So, $156 per Solana right now is technically a steal. So my thing would be to wait for the next bear market and really just go all in on Solana and just hang out, because clearly Solana has been proven to be resilient, one, And two, it trades really fast. So to me, we're going to keep seeing higher highs every bull run for Solana, right? Maybe it's not as big as multiples as we had in the past, right? So if we take a look at the weekly scale and we do this, actually that's not good, a good one. Let's do this one, right? So to get from the last bull run, which was like $6 to $243, was a huge multiple, right? And then we're going to get from $20 to say 1,000, another big multiple. I think the following multiple will be much smaller, which means, if we get to 1,000, a 85% regression. So divided by 85%, will I didn't do that right? Jeez. Is $150 per token. So if Solana gets to $1,000 and there's an 85% regression, like a bear market that takes out Solana price to 85% drawdown from its top price, that means Solana price will be at $150 per token. Reminds me of actually ETH. And so, when you think about it from that perspective, buying it at $156 right now is technically the same price you would be buying it in 3 years from now. So it is actually a good deal. So think about it like that, right? In the next bear market, you should definitely just put a lot of assets into Solana and just stake it. Secure the network, get the interest payments, and just wait for the next bull run. Because the next bull run will probably move Solana price to like 1,500, 3,000, maybe 3,400, right? Probably get like a 5x from the last top. So yeah, I am super bullish on Solana, and I think you should be too. All right, that takes us to the end of the stream. Again, if you haven't had a chance to register with our free newsletter, go to that link that I just put on the screen and register for your free weekly newsletter. And if you find this stream helpful to anybody that you know and is willing to take a chance on crypto, reshare it, repost it, tell them about it. And the last thing before we end the stream, we are actually on Spotify now too. So if you wanted to watch this, leisure, search for Dgenz Crypto Weekly. We're going to be on Spotify every single day as well. On that note, I thank you all for joining me for episode 56. Let's see each other tomorrow for the weekly close and episode 57. Bye, everyone.
Dgenz Crypto Daily, news in the code, riding on the blockchain, heavy with the load. Lambo dreams are dying, rugs are in the air. Chart gave us a meaning to the trading everywhere. Real Bitcoin's on the moon, and Ether's on fire. Holders in the storm, lifted higher and higher. With chart in the lead, watch the candles glow. Crypto's in the fast lane, never gonna hit them slow. Dgenz Crypto Daily, fortunes you can see. Mining all those diamonds in digital harmony. Oh, yeah. Dgenz Crypto Daily, crypto, that's the key. Stay up on your game now. Trading is wild and free. DeFi farms are lush, staking's all the buzz. NFTs are flipping, got those pixels flipping. Wallet stacking yield, hash rates on the rise. Dgenz Crypto Daily, vision in your eyes. Bulls are on the charge, bears are laying low. Crypto roller coaster, markets have been flown. Fellow to the left, Bitcoin on the right. Crypto's never sleeping cause fortunes are overnight. Dgenz Crypto Daily, fortunes you can see. Mining all those diamonds in digital harmony. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Crypto, there's the key. Stay up on your game now. Charts got you wild and free.
Farms are lush, staking's all the buzz. NFTs are flipping, got those pixels flipping. Wallet stacking yield, hash rates on the rise. Dgenz Crypto Daily, vision in your eyes. Bulls are on the charge, bears are laying low. Crypto roller coaster, markets ebb and flow. Velo to the left, Bitcoin on the right. Crypto's never sleeping, cause fortunes are overnight.
Dgenz Crypto Daily. Fortunes you can see.
Fortunes you can see.
Mining all those diamonds. Digital harmony. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Crypto, there's the key. Stay up on your game now. Charts got you wild and free.